Hey, welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. We're hitched up. We're heading up to the Poconos, the Promised Land State Park. Okay, we made it to our site at Promised Land State Park. We are in site 453. It's pretty close to level. When we set it up front to back, I had to adjust it side to side. It was pretty close. So we can see, got the camper set up. I got the mat out. I got the cooler out. But the camp host had warned us that we can't leave them out because the bear are very active right now. They're eating 20 hours out of the day and they'll go through everything. So that cooler is going to go inside the camper to keep it protected. I have my camp table, my cook table set up. I have the Coleman grill that we always bring. We've got a new addition. And it's funny because in Christy and Corey from Traveling Buckeye's latest video, they had shown how they were cooking a meal in a electric skillet, and I had just bought this one. I'll do a review on this at another time, but the reason I bought this Presto grill is I ordered the rack for inside, and you can use it as an oven and bake in there. So, you know, in my rig, it's a microwave oven and a 2-burner gas stove. And I have the Coleman grill for outside. Now I could bake in there and make anything like I would normally in an oven. I can make it in here on a rack. So if I want to do baked chicken or baked pork chops or cupcakes or brownies, whatever, we can do it in that pan. So for 40 bucks, I thought that was a great addition to the equipment for the rig. If you notice, this site has electric, and if we go around to the service side, notice there's no water hookup, there's no sewer hookup. So this particular site is electric only. So we're going to have to use the dump station, and instead of hooking up to my city water connection, I filled the tank. I have just under 40 gallons in the tank. We do have the kayaks. There's 2 lakes up here that we're going to put those on, and you can see the paddles are there. We got some firewood and the fishing rods. There's a fire ring, but the Hoffmans, Dawn and Tim and Sean are here. Sean with his 5th wheel, so the fire will probably be over at Tim's. So that is our situation. Let me just show you the difference on the inside without having a water hookup. This is the hot water heater. My hot water heater is gas fired only, so it doesn't matter if I have electric or not. I just need 12 volts to light the pilot. This switch is the onboard water pump. So if you don't have a water source that has city water pressure and you fill your tank, then you use this pump to energize everything. And you can see, the water pressure is good. You might be able to hear that pump kick on. So that is how it works. So the only difference is you'll hear the pump running to keep the pressure going when you open one of the valves. So this is the first time that we're camping and don't have water, only have electric. And of course, this is our propane heater, which is down there near the bed, and it's supposed to go down to I think 38 tonight. So it'll be a good test for that. We're not going to be running the air conditioner, we're going to be running the heater. So we're in the fall camping now. This is the middle of September. Dinner tonight is a steak, baked potato, and carrots. Carrots and baked potato were Tim's idea. Tim, how's that steak?
It's excellent.
On the grill tonight Miss Dawn. Dawn, you did a great job with that.
Yum.
He's digging in. Sean already has eaten. He'll be joining us for a meal tomorrow. Another Tim Hoffman fire. Good morning from Promised Land State Park. It is 36 degrees today, so it's a little chilly. But the heater worked good, so we're gonna take a little walk and see what we see. The loop that I'm in is called the Northwoods Loop, and the sites appear large enough for some, the larger type rigs. Guy doesn't realize his stern lights were on, his back lights. Here is the water fill up. We filled the tank from there. This is the camp host to the right. Pull through, or back in, but a big site. Here are the pull throughs. Here is another water fill. Of course, this is a dog-friendly loop. Of course, there is Sean's site. And there is the Hoffmans. And of course, there's my rig. A nice little loop. There's 2 loops in the Northwoods section. With the bears being active, you don't want to leave your trash out. So each day I'd put the trash can in the truck. And they have them locked so the bears don't climb in here. Because they will. And the bathhouse is right down here. Well, they look nice. Look nice. Here is their information board. We're going to check out the equestrian camping area and see what it's like with the horses. So in the equestrian section, they do have camping and they have stalls for the horses. And over here, you can put your horse in a stall, and they do have a bathhouse up here. So this is a really nice area if you have horses. This is another section of camping in the Lower Lake area. This is Beechwood camping. These sites are electric only, so you do have to bring your own water in your tanks, and they use a dump station. So they have water to rinse your tanks, and they do have the valve, and they do have a trash can here. And it looks like they have two dump stations here for on your way out. And this is right across from the Beechwood camping area. Now the dump station is also where you can launch your kayaks or your boats, and on the opposite side of the dump station is where you can park your trailers. So you know, everything conveniently located in the lower section, the lower lake at Promised Land. And they do have boats available for rent if you didn't bring one. This is an electric only motor lake, so no gas powered motors allowed. So later we'll be putting the kayaks in here. There's a bald eagle nest. Sometimes you can see bears swimming. So we'll check it all out. Tim, that looked like an eagle. I don't know, or a hawk. We'll check it out. You see some folks fishing out here. So we're going to lay the kayaks in there and see what we come up with. Yeah, they're in a twin, huh?
Northwoods campsite?
Really?
Yeah. It's ginormous.
We're right over there.
Where we're at?
Yeah, we're right there.
Northwoods?
Yeah. Of course, it's only about 40 degrees right now, so we're waiting until this afternoon. Okay, so most of the sites are electric only, and you need to fill up your water. The best place to do that is at the visitor center in the corner. They have potable water. Here it is. So if you're coming in, you would just swing your trailer around this way and stop right here and hook your hose up, and you know that would give you the water. So we're going to check out the visitor center, see what you think. There is plenty of parking for people who are checking in. So we'll take a look at it, see what you think. So right now, because of COVID, if you have a reservation, you go right to your site. You don't have to check in. This is their park office. So we'll check it out. Here we are inside the park office. Well, the park office is nice. You got pamphlets on what you can do. Good job. There is no camp store at Promised Land State Park. There's a store about 1.5 miles down the road, but inside the park, this particular park does not have a camp store. And behind it is the amphitheater. Now with COVID, they haven't been doing as much, but they do have a really nice amphitheater that they put on educational programs, and a lot of times they'll launch their hikes from here, etc. So you can see really nice situation. So they have a natural garden in the back that during the summer you can see the native plants that are in there. Just a lot of information about the park, what you can do, and of course the Delaware State Forest is right next to the park, so you have a lot of acreage here that you can explore when you come up here. They do have a park auditorium where they can run events inside, and this is over in the Pickerel Point section. And one thing about the dump station at at Pickerel Point also have potable water. So there's an advantage. If you're coming into the Pickerel Point side, or even if you're parking on the other side, you might want to come over here to fill up your tank so you can get in here. You got to watch the turn. It's a sharp turn depending on the size of your trailer, but it is available for this side just in case you want to use it. Okay, so this is Pickerel Point. The area we were just in with that dump station is Deerfield. So Pickerel Point, it's a nice area also. So you might want to consider Pickerel Point or Northwoods, and if you have a smaller RV, Beechwood. But you can find a site where you'll fit into them. If you want the camping experience but don't have a camper, they do have cabins that you can rent at Promised Land State Park. Here is the larger lake. There are some sites right along the lake. Got to book those early. The beach is a swim at your own risk. They're not going to have lifeguards at the beach, but they do have it roped off, and you know, in the summertime you're going to see a lot of people here. You can fish on this larger lake, and you can put your kayaks in here. Across the water you can see a lot of kayaks on the other side. So a very nice area. This is a nice state park. Has a lot to do with hiking and water-based activities. All right, we'd like to give you our impressions of Promised Land State Park up in Greentown, Pennsylvania. It's in Pike County, so it's in the Poconos. It is a state park, and this park is about 3,000 acres, and it's surrounded by the Delaware State Forest. So there's over 50 miles of hiking trails up there. Marie, what did you think about this park?
I really enjoyed it. I like the name Promised Land, and the sites were very nice. Lots of, it was like the woodsy kind of feel with the campsite, and lots of trees, big trees. It was chilly. It's September, the end of September now, so the nights got down to like 40 or a little
30,
below.
36.
36.
It was cold.
So we really enjoyed the campfire.
We did do one small hike. There are two lakes at Promised Land. The lower lake, which was the one we were in, and then the main lake. And the main lake is deeper than the one that we were in, but this lake was right by our campsite.
Right, and
So-
it was easy to put the kayaks in and get them out and reload it again. So it was nice. It was a nice day.
The campsites are nice. There's actually 5 or 6 different campgrounds in Promised Land State Park, and there's an equestrian one also. So if you have horses, you can take them there. We were in the Northwoods Campground, and just a word of caution, when you see on the Pennsylvania State Parks a campsite listed as modern, that simply means it has electric. That doesn't mean it has water or sewer. So we knew that, but you know, if you're from out of state and you're trying a state park for the first time, a modern campsite means electric at the state parks. So what we did is, on the way in, I have a 38-gallon tank in the camper. We filled that up. So we hooked up to the electric. We ran our 12-volt pump, and you know, ran off the water tank, and everything worked great. So that was the first time we didn't have water pressure water, and we were running off our tank. So that was a good experience to get through to make sure we could do that. So next will be complete boondocking when we're just running off a generator. There's a day use area also. We didn't go over there, but it has a beach on the lake and boat rentals, and there's a playground there, and volleyball and basketball courts, and a refreshment stand. But we stayed in the lower section because we were walking the trails over there and hanging out with the other people we were camping with. As far as the cost, and this is true of all the state parks, a modern site, which is electric only, $32 a night. if it's full hookup, I think it's around 45, but they don't have many there. I don't know if they have any there. But you know, it was, for us, it was fine. We had everything we needed. They did have 50 amp, 30 amp, or the 15 amp. Our rig runs on 30 amp. There are lots of bathrooms with flush toilets and showers, and they're clean. They do have some pit toilets in more of the remote areas. There is some camping that you hike into and pitch your tent. And in the Delaware State Forest, you can camp for free. You just fill out the form and get a permit just so they know you're in there. And you go off into the woods and camp anywhere you want. As far as things to do in the area, you know, there's horseback riding and skiing, snow skiing, both cross country and downhill. There's the Mount Airy Lodge.
Yeah, that's 10 minutes away, right?
Yeah, it's now a casino. But a long time ago when we went there, it was just a ski lodge. So that's something you could do. There's lots of little stores and cafes right by the state park if you want to go out to eat instead of cooking at the campground. So overall, what do you think of the park?
I would like to visit again, I think, up in that area anyway.
Yeah, so
Poconos, was it?
Poconos, yeah, in Greentown. I definitely would go back to that park, and I would probably want to spend more time there because the other lake is much larger, and I didn't have enough time to fish those lakes, just to kayak in the lake. So if we were there for a longer period of time, we could enjoy more of the water activities that the park has to offer, and we could have done more of the trails. The 50 miles of trails are broken down into many trails of varying degrees of difficulty. So you can find a trail that you're comfortable with at that park. So we would definitely go back to this park sometime in the future. So we crossed off another state park off our list, Marie.
Yep.
So if you found this review helpful, what could they do?
Subscribe.
And if they want to know every time we put up a new video, what could they do?
Ring the bell.
And finally, to show us appreciation for those videos.
Give us a thumbs up.
But more important than all that, go have some fun out there. Thanks for watching.